Hello, welcome to the March 2013 edition of CGov's The Parish Line. We cover the events, programs, and policies of the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury. On this month's program, we will look at an initiative to help parish residents with their utility bills, find out about the economic impacts of an arts and cultural grant, and revisit Project No and their Mardi Gras Kids Zone. First, more than 3,000 animals were vaccinated for rabies at clinics that were offered through Calcasieu Parish Animal Control last year. Molly Morgan has the story on this year's clinics.
Dog, cat, and ferret lovers. Calcasieu Parish Animal Services and Adoption Center will once again hold their annual low-cost rabies clinic. Operations Supervisor Jerry Roy talks about the clinics.
It'd be fully drive-through. You would pull in, don't even get out your car. We'll tell you where to go. We'll have a bunch of people out there directing traffic and telling you which lane to get into. We have some volunteers from local vets that will be administering all the vaccines and assisting with microchip installation.
Roy informs us about what documents you will need to bring with you.
You will need to bring your driver's license if you'll be paying by check. If not, you'll be paying by cash. It's going to be $8 or $10 depending on if your animal's fixed or not. You will need to bring your previous year's rabies vaccination slips that you were given and a description of the animal, which makes it a whole lot easier and quicker to get through the line.
For more information about the rabies clinic, call 721-3730. For the Parish Line, I'm Molly Morgan.
If you missed the March rabies clinic, you can have your pet vaccinated at the Sulphur High School parking lot on the 9th grade campus Saturday, April 13th from 7 until noon. Next on the Parish Line, J.P. Booth tells us about a new program aimed at providing meals for kids during the summer break.
With summer vacation approaching, the police jury is launching a new program that will serve breakfast and lunch at several locations throughout Calcasieu Parish.
The target audience for here is children to the age of 18, and if you're over 18, we can service you. However, you have to have some type of disability in order to serve you.
There has not been a program in the outlying areas of the parish, although the summer food service program has been administered in the city of Lake Charles for many years, approximately 20 years. This is the first time that it's being done in the outlying areas. So basically what we've done, we've tapped into the expertise of the Calcasieu Parish School Board and the city of Lake Charles, who are providing us technical assistance with the program, and we're very appreciative to them to provide that for us. But basically it is a new initiative by the parish. It's never been done before.
We're going to get the food directly from the school board, since they already have menus planned for summer feeding. They have menus planned for the school year. So we're gonna piggyback off of that, and they have the nutritional guidelines that has to be met, because we still have to meet nutritional guidelines. And so not to get into the worry of, meeting menus, we're going to just follow what the school board does.
So what does this program cost the taxpayers, and what does it cost to participate in this program?
Free of charge. Basically the program is administered based upon percentages of kids that's on free and reduced lunch, and so those are how the sites are determined. But it does not cost anything for anyone to come to one of the food sites. So basically all a child has to do is show up to a site, and they will be provided a meal. It
is funded through Department of Agriculture, and then the Department of Education, Louisiana Department of Education picked it up, and then that's how our funding will come through them.
Eventually the police jury will be reimbursed 100% by those entities, but there will be some upfront costs paid for by the police jury. The school board is working with us to solicit interested cafeteria workers and so forth who are interested in working during the summer months. They're most familiar with those particular sites and those locations, and so we're just going to capitalize on their expertise, and so we'll be hiring those individuals who will normally be out during the summer months. They'll be provided opportunities to be employed during the summer.
We're sending out information packets to the schools and letting them know around May, April, close to the end of school year, that we are going to be providing summer programs or summer feeding sites at the local schools in that area. So the students will be able to, come, or the kids will be able to come in and attend.
It's a win-win all the way around, to be quite honest with you. It's a win-win for the children. Obviously, they get the meals. It's a win-win for the school workers who generally have to go out and find another job somewhere else during the summer months. It's a win-win for the community. It's a win-win for parents. It's just an overall positive program.
For the Parish Line, I'm J.P. Booth.
The final list of locations is yet to be determined, but Polite is working to make sure it covers the entire parish. The police jury is participating in cultural grant funding with a major economic impact. Here's Jessica Williamson.
The police jury passed a resolution in 2009 approving a cultural grants program in Calcasieu Parish. Jurors have renewed the funding for the 5th year.
The Arts Council in the region plays many different roles. We plan events, we have services we provide to artists, but we also administer 4 grant programs. And in 2009, the police jury came together with the Arts Council to create this grant program that would fund cultural projects within the parish. And this is really ahead of the curve in the state. Southwest Louisiana has really recognized the value of investing money into the arts. And so the police jury has invested this money every year for, since 2009. And since then, they've invested over $170,000 directly into these arts grants. And so it's really created this huge economic impact as well as in tourism and quality of life throughout the whole parish.
By investing in cultural programs, the police jury is essentially investing in the communities in Calcasieu Parish.
We want to not only identify all of the culture that we have here, which is a very vast and rich resource that we have here in Southwest Louisiana, but we also want to expose the public to this great cultural benefit that we have here. And so the great way that we can marry everything together is through this cultural grant, letting these artists and organizations expose their talents to the community and hopefully grow our quality of life.
With the police jury's $170,000 investment in local arts projects, the Arts Council estimates that $1.6 million consumer dollars have been spent because of the grant in 2012 alone.
People don't realize when they go to a festival, they might get a hotel room, they might go out to eat, they might get drinks, they might go to other events throughout the city. And so that $1 they're investing, it multiplies hugely within the community. And so we've had about 45 full-time jobs supported by these grants. Last year, over $64,000 in revenue and taxes went straight to our local government. And these figures are pulled from national data, statistics, and formulas and whatnot. And so this grant, as well as our 3 other grants, they provide so much more consumer spending and tourism dollars and visibility for our area.
Each year, between 15 and 20 projects are funded through the program. The Community Grant Panel chooses organizations from across the parish.
We've had a really great selection of events and festivals that have really shown success, and it's really great to see the police jury grant become a part of that. For example, Art on Wheels is this local organization, and they have this really amazing project that's relatively new. It exposes kind of the non-traditional art forms, metalworking, pottery, and the airbrushing on motorcycles and cars and hot rods and whatnot. And it's become this hugely popular event, and the community has really demanded this year after year. And they've been an applicant, they've received funding, and it's great to see that funding really help out, whether it's, have a bit more marketing and visibility, or have, they're able to get that musician that they weren't able to afford before. And so we've had so many other festivals, Black Heritage Festival, which just took place downtown. They're able to get funded, Iowa Rabbit Festival, DeQuincy Garden Club, so it's across the whole parish, and it's really important to see that it's not just Lake Charles, it's also Iowa and Vinton and DeQuincy and Sulphur, and so it's this great community investment for the whole parish.
Once the police jury awards funding to the Arts Council, it's up to the Community Grant Panel to decide grant recipients. McCready says the police jury's funding is invaluable at a time where arts budgets are being cut across the state.
Since 2009, arts funding for the whole state has gone down about 60%. So it's really important that the local community supports the arts. And here in the region, we've been really successful and really lucky to have entities like the police jury that dedicate parts of their budget to this grant every year. And so it's really important to keep that funding going. We have to obviously turn down some applicants. The grant panel decides on funding. Sometimes they're not eligible, sometimes we just don't have enough funds to go around. And it is competitive, so we want to make sure the ones who have those really strong proposals, those are the ones that get funded more. But at the same time, we want people to support these grants, support these projects that are occurring.
For the Parish Line, I'm Jessica Williamson.
The grant committee meets on March 25th to select grant recipients. You're watching The Parish Line, a production of CGov. Keeping up with utility bills can be a challenge for many households. Margaret Higgins tells us about a program designed to help area families.
Energy costs can significantly influence the affordability of housing. However, there is a program that provides relief for those in need. Energy Customer Service Manager Lorena Walls explains.
LIHEAP is a low-income energy assistance program. It is a block grant that is funded by the federal government. It assists customers with energy assistance, with utility bills.
Walls tells us how energy became involved.
In 1999, when our president at that time, Mr. Wayne Leonard, was an advocate for low income, so we got involved with the program to help our citizens, particularly our low-income citizens, disabled, veterans, those with preschoolers, be able to have assistance, in paying their utility bills. We know a lot of times citizens struggle each month deciding on whether to pay their rent, get medication, put food on the table, and paying their utility bills, because we hear it each month when we do speak to our customers. They need an extension because they can't afford to pay all or some of their utility bills.
Calcasieu Parish Human Services Operations Manager, Juana Felton, gives us the details on what is needed to qualify.
You have to meet the 2013 poverty guidelines that are put out by the LCAP agency, so we follow those poverty guidelines. All a client has to do is call our LIHEAP appointment line, which is 721-4033, and at that time they'll take their name and their number and they will call them back and give an appointment. And we do that for all surrounding areas in Calcasieu.
There are documents you will need to bring with you when you apply.
We just ask for check stubs, things like that. If you're on SSI, we ask for the award letter. If you're not receiving income, they have to sign a declaration saying that they're not receiving an income, because we can't service those people. We do send out a confirmation card to the clients like 2 weeks before the appointment, and that card reminds them of their appointment day and time, and it also reminds them of the documentation that's needed for the appointment.
Recent budget cuts will affect the amount of federal funding allotted for this program. A day has been set aside to explain how important this project is to many across the nation.
LIHEAP Action Day this year is actually on April the 10th. We will have Entergy representatives along with other community partners that will travel to Washington to meet face-to-face with some of our congressional delegates in order to try to get LIHEAP funding back at a level of $4.7 billion for the 2014 year.
Last year we received $1.6 million and we were able to serve over 4,000 clients. But this year we did get a budget cut and it was $1.2 million. So LIHEAP Action Day is very important, so funding won't be cut, so we're able to serve as many citizens as we can, because people are in need of the program.
For the Parish Line, I'm Margaret Higgins.
The Calcasieu Parish Police Jury has been involved with LIHEAP for 25 years. The Parish Office of Juvenile Justice Services oversees Project No, an effort to curb underage drinking. Calcasieu Parish was specifically targeted for the program when it began in 2005.
Calcasieu Parish was identified as one of the parishes in the state that had a high rate of alcohol-related deaths of underage drinkers, a lot of problems through recovery. So we were awarded this grant to try to lower those numbers and try to put out the information about the dangers of underage drinking and how it can harm the developing brain. And so the Office of Juvenile Justice managed the grant. So we started that, and we started the party patrols, the compliance checks, and the DUI checkpoints. Those were 3 of the initiatives, as well as the media campaign. The Sheriff's Office, they continue the party patrol, which is, they target house parties where there may be, big crowds of kids that are drinking without the parents' knowledge, or sometimes with the parents' knowledge, unfortunately, and or areas teens may gather. They set up special patrols just for calls that come in on that. So And I'm really happy that the sheriff has continued and sees the need and the benefit from having that. They also do the DUI checkpoints. They continue that, as well as the state police. Really, all the agencies kind of contribute to those, because it takes a large amount of manpower to do those checkpoints. But and of course they still do the compliance checks as well with the stores, and making sure they're not selling to underage juveniles and minors, and making sure that they also watch for adults going in and buying it and giving it to kids in the parking lot.
One of Project No's biggest annual events is The Zone, an alcohol-free area for young people to enjoy Mardi Gras. Last month's event was the biggest yet.
Our culture, any kind of change like this is going to take, years. It's going to take a long time to educate people to understand. So we started with Mardi Gras 5 years ago. Just a small little alcohol-free zone. We really didn't have anything there, and then we moved it over to the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury's lot and added the music and fun jumps and just a fun day. And our goal was to provide a safe environment and enjoy our culture and enjoy our, and let kids be in an area where they can be safe and adults weren't drinking. And we've gotten other Chick-fil-A, community businesses involved. We have women's and children's, tobacco-free living. So we've gotten lots of calls to be involved in it because it's such a good event, and people want to help.
Project No began in 2005 with funding from a state grant and has continued since then with support from the police jury.
The police jury funds Project No. They fund the Mardi Gras zone. We're able to go out to fairs and festivals and give out information, schools, middle schools, through our office. When kids come in, we're able to provide information. And we're very appreciative of that, of the police juries recognizing how important it is to our parish.
Other agencies, including police departments, the DA's office, and local media, have helped as well. More information is available through the OJJS office or online.
The website is under21.com, and it has lots of information for kids. It's very kid-friendly, and if anyone has any questions, feel free to call the Office of Juvenile Justice Service at 721-3900. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Sit down and talk with your child if you're having a problem. Be happy to do that.
That's it for the Parish Line for this month. Thanks for watching. More details on all of these stories are available on our website, cppj.net.